Alright, so at this point now, I've got my wiring all figured out, which one runs to where. I didn't tag them when I was putting them in. I should have, but I didn't. So I brought my multimeter with sound resistance check, and I tested each line and figured out which one went where, and then tagged the lines accordingly. So, one there, tagged with an F for the freezer, and one bathroom sink, seat passenger, B1 and B2 for the bedroom, and then I have some extra wire over here yet to run, and I'm gonna have enough here, a piece big enough left over from this mess to run from my power bank over to plug an outlet for the kitchen, so that we have another outlet over there. I've cut my plumbing pipes, my inlet hoses. That's for the kitchen sink there, and I tagged them. I tagged the line with a piece of red tape for the hot line, and didn't tag the cold. Figured red, hot, why not? Works. So then I got that one cut there. I need to get 90s for that. I've got the plumbing here for the hot water tank teed off, and lines run and they're sitting there. I need to get 90s for that, and the rest of the fittings that'll all connect up. And then we come through here, and here in the bathroom I have lines there peeking out for the sink, and I'm going to 90 those and bring those up through the piece of wood that I'm going to put there, and use some of the various fittings and connections that I have here to hook those all up. And then over here, I still have to clean my hole up. I don't have the tools here to do it, but I now have the shower kind of installed. I do need to make a slight adjustment. It needs to go up a little higher, the top, just so that my manifold there lines up nice in the middle of my hole once I get that all cleaned up. So, and I have my pump connection set up in place there. Yeah, so I've got all my 90s in now in all my corners. I got 90s there, I got 90s there, I got 90s in behind here, 90s down there to a 1/2 inch barb to a 3/4 inch threaded, and then from the 3/4 inch threaded to the 1/2 inch PEX. And I ran that for my cold line and for my hot line, and in between here and here I used the same PEX line. The fittings that I used, I used various fittings. Clearly I've got the what's this one, the 1/2 inch PEX, the 1/2 inch FPT adapter. That's a barb on one end and the threaded on the other side, and I had 3 of those. There's the other one, yeah, and I think that's the package for the 3rd one there. And then shake the camera around, and then the 1/2 inch PEX to 3/4 FPT non-swivel adapter. These ones are 1/2 inch PEX to 1/2 inch female pipe thread swivel adapter with the brass nut. The guy at Home Depot suggested these ones. He said the other ones leaked, and he never had much luck, and I'd rather have the swivel adapter because then I don't have to try and turn my pipe to get it into place. The only reason I went with the non-swivel on I went with the 2 non-swivels is because once those are in, that's where the non-swivel piece is, and it just screws on. So then this end here has the swivel fittings where it connects into my manifold for the water. And then I have my half-inch PVOT insert female pipe thread. Drop it. Insert on 2 ends, and then it's got the half-inch female pipe thread. And I have the adapters for those as well, the half-inch poly male adapters, which are barbed, and then the half-inch threaded there, the MPT. I have my T's there, which are for my water tanks. I did mention earlier I had gone by the RV place and gotten some fittings. Not entirely sure what I did with those at this point. Oh wait, now I remember. I stuck them in my pocket. So, no, that's not it. That's the shut-off valve that was on the water tanks, and then a little filter and a T there. It goes to a half-inch pipe, so I don't know if I'll be using that one. And then I have my 3/8 threaded male with barbed. Now that is for spots like, that's not a good example on that tank. That one doesn't have a hole in it either. This one does. So I have 90 on here. This one will just thread in here with some pipe tape, of course. I will use Teflon tape on this. It should just thread right in. They're a little stubborn plastic threads. And then from there I'll have an air line that goes from this tank to this one, and then that'll feed off to the other tank at the top, and then one over the other one, and then it'll sit off to the side, and that will be my my equalization system, just to stop from creating a vacuum inside the tanks when the pump kicks in. And it also allows for so that you're not splashing water when you're driving, because I mean, are you really going to have your tanks that high all the time? I don't think we are, but you never know. And then I have some other ones. I got 4 of those for that purpose, and then I'll replace some of these with, well, 2 of these with those, and yeah, figure all that out. And then I got this one, which will actually screw onto my water pump, and yeah, it's a half-inch female swivel adapter with a 3/8 barb on it, because my line running into my water pump is going to be 3/8, even though it's half-inch out. It's still going to feed enough water to the pump to pressure the system anyways. The pump's only 45 psi, so we're not looking high pressure anyways, and with the gravitational forces on the water and all of that stuff, and not going to get into the science of any of it because I don't really understand all of it, and I can't really explain it all, so I'm not getting into it. But the barometric pressure on the water will help force it through the lines too, so that's pretty much how that goes. And from here now, there's not a lot that I can do here today. I'm going to take that panel home with me and clean it up. Then I will be back tomorrow to install it and put the hole in the top panel for the shower head to come through. And yeah, from there, then I gotta finish my countertops, get those in place. I gotta get my spray paint to paint the fronts, but she's coming along. I gotta get the pieces for that. I gotta get my plumbing pipes. Son of a bitch. I still have to figure all that shit out. So there's that too. Yeah. And from there, I have to move my exhaust under the bus from one side to the other, because I want my black tanks on this side. And I can actually jump out here and kind of show what I'm talking about there. Maybe. I've hurt myself. So my exhaust comes out here. And wait for the camera to respond there. There we go. And you can see where it comes down. It comes down under there. But it comes, zoom back out. It comes down behind, or in front of, I suppose, of the diesel tank. Because here's our diesel tank here. Well, 200 glorious liters of it. Not at the moment, but the line, the exhaust line goes there, and then it actually follows the drive shaft there. You can see it hanging there, kind of. It's right. Where's my finger? Right there. That pipe right there is the exhaust. So what I want to do is I want to cut it around here and bring it towards me, and then I will run it down this side where there's nothing. And luckily the mounts that are on the other side, there's holes already for them. The hardest part's going to be getting my arm in on this side. I'm going to have to go up over top to put the nuts on, or get the bolts to stick through, and then put the nuts on this side. Either way, I got to hold them in place too, so that might be a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Because there's one of the brackets there. I got to pull those off and kind of figure all that out. That's a project, I think, for tomorrow. And then I have to figure out how I'm hanging my tanks. So I will be bringing those with me in the morning, afternoon, whenever I show up. So that's pretty much where we stand right now with the bus. So yeah, it's coming quicker and quicker every day. And I know it seems like slow going, but it is actually going quicker and quicker every day. It's getting closer and closer. So for the time being, I'm out of here. Got to get some more 90s and here, that's ugly paint I like. So yeah, I need to get more 90s and so I need 6 of those. 2, 4, 6, yeah, 6 of those. More 90s, possibly more hose clamps. So I have 2, 4, 6 left. So I'll grab another pack of those as well. I'd rather have too many and not need them, keep them in my tool bag for when I do need them, than to not have enough, find out afterwards and have to go back again to get more. So yeah, so 6 90s and a pack of hose clamps, and then I should be able to finish up the water lines, which would be awesome. And then from there, I need to buy the hoses for the water, for the faucets. I need 4 of those. And my drain for my sink. And also for tomorrow, I'm hoping to pick up the 4-inch hole saw, so then I can drill a hole over here for my tub, and then I can run my line over for my shower, and then I can run my line over, which I'm probably going to have to do in pieces. So I look forward to that. And then drill my hole out here for my toilet, which I'm going to tuck in as close as I can to the wall. But we'll kind of see how that goes. I got to bring that out with me tomorrow too. So yeah, lots to do. Lots and lots to do. So for the time being, for tonight, I'm out of here. I'll take this panel with me. I'll take my my thingy here, which is the bezel, I suppose, for lack of a better word, for the manifold, the water manifold there. And I'm going to make sure that that fits nicely in that hole. And yeah, that's about it. Get some more 90s, some more hose clamps, and come back tomorrow.